Modularity is excellent. The MR762 A4 features a full-length Picatinny top rail and a slim, lightweight M-LOK handguard that accepts all your modern accessories without adding unnecessary bulk. You can mount thermal scopes, LPVOs, magnifiers, white lights, IR lasers, foregrips, bipods. Everything integrates cleanly. The threaded muzzle accepts suppressors or brakes easily. Now, let's talk real-world performance and the honest truths. In the field or on the range, the MR762 shines as a designated marksman or battle rifle. It delivers surgical accuracy out to 600 to 800 meters with good glass and ammunition, and capable shooters have wrung steel or made hits well beyond 1,000 to 1,400 yards in ideal conditions. The piston system keeps it running reliably even when dirty or after rapid strings of fire. Maintenance is straightforward, though the proprietary HK design means you're not swimming in aftermarket parts like a standard AR-10. The downsides are real and worth acknowledging. First, the weight. If you're patrolling long distances on foot, humping this rifle all day will remind you of every pound. It's noticeably heavier than many modern AR-10s or the lighter SCAR-17. Second, the price. A new MR762 A4 sits in the $4,500 to $5,500 plus range, depending on configuration and location, significantly more expensive than most competitors. The magazines are overbuilt and excellent, but they're proprietary and costly to stockpile. Third, while the rifle is incredibly reliable, it can be slightly pickier with very cheap or steel-cased ammo compared to some piston rivals. It prefers quality brass. Comparisons are inevitable. Versus a standard AR-10 platform, DPMS, Aero, etc., the MR762 is usually cleaner, more reliable under sustained fire, often more accurate out of the box, and built like a bank vault. But it's heavier and far more expensive. Versus the SCAR-17, the SCAR is lighter, more modular in some ways, and has a softer recoil impulse for many shooters. It's battle-proven in harsh environments. The MR762, however, tends to edge it out in raw precision and that unmistakable HK fit and finish feel. Chambered in 7.62 by 51 NATO or 308 Winchester, the MR762 uses HK's proprietary short-stroke gas piston operating system. Unlike traditional direct impingement AR-10 platforms, hot propellant gas never blasts back into the bolt carrier group. Instead, a piston drives a short pusher rod that cycles the action. The result? A much cleaner, cooler, and more reliable rifle, even after hundreds of rounds of sustained fire. The adjustable gas regulator lets you fine-tune the system perfectly for suppressed or unsuppressed use. Turn it once and the rifle runs soft and reliable with the can mounted. The heart of the rifle is that legendary cold hammer forged barrel. On the standard 16.5-inch model, you get a heavy or medium contour barrel made from cannon-grade steel with a 1:11 right-hand twist rate, optimized for 147 to 175 grain projectiles. Early versions had 6 lands and grooves. Newer A4 models often feature 4-groove profile for even better accuracy. Importantly, the civilian MR762 barrels are typically not chrome-lined, unlike many military variants. HK made this choice deliberately. Chrome lining can introduce microscopic inconsistencies that hurt precision. The unlined bore, combined with the free-floating design and precise head spacing, delivers what shooters consistently report: sub-MOA groups, often half MOA, with quality match ammo like Federal Gold Medal Match 168 grain or 175 grain Sierra Match King. Factory specs for the MR762 A4 16.5-inch barrel. Overall length, approximately 39.5 inches stock extended, 35.5 to 36 inches collapsed. Weight, around 9.8 to 10 pounds unloaded, depending on exact configuration and handguard. Trigger, two-stage, crisp break, usually in the 4.5 to 7-pound range depending on variant. Magazine, robust 20-round clear polymer or 10-round in restricted states. Add a quality optic, suppressor, light, and loaded magazine, and you're often carrying 11 to 12.5 plus pounds. It's not light, but that mass contributes to stability and recoil management. Speaking of recoil, the short-stroke piston, combined with the tungsten-weighted buffer and oversized spring in many setups, makes the MR762 surprisingly soft shooting for a .308. Follow-up shots come faster than you'd expect from such a powerful cartridge. The muzzle device helps tame blast and flash, and when suppressed, the rifle becomes downright pleasant. Versus a tuned M1A or older battle rifles, night and day. The MR762 is more accurate, more modular, far more reliable in adverse conditions, and vastly easier to maintain and accessorize. Versus the military G28 or M110 A1. The MR762 is the closest civilian relative. While military versions often run chrome-lined barrels for extreme durability and may have slight differences in contour or accessories, the core DNA, piston system, accuracy potential, and over-engineered reliability is the same. The MR762 isn't trying to be the lightest, cheapest, or most Instagram-friendly battle rifle. It's trying to be the one you trust when the distance is long, the conditions are ugly, the mission matters, and failure is not an option. Heckler and Koch has always lived by the philosophy of no compromise. With the MR762, they took a brilliant military design, civilianized it without gutting its soul, and kept pushing the platform forward with the A4 updates. Slimmer profile, better ambidextrous controls, and that factory 1 MOA guarantee. This rifle reminds us of a deeper truth in firearms and engineering. Sometimes the best tool isn't the one that wins on paper with the lightest weight or lowest price. It's the one built with obsessive attention to every single detail, from the cold hammer-forged barrel to the piston that keeps the action clean, so that when you need it most, it simply performs. It's not a range toy for casual plinking. It's not the gun you buy if you're counting every ounce or every dollar. It's a serious precision battle rifle for those who demand German over-engineering and are willing to pay for it. Now it's your turn. If you had to gear up tomorrow for a mission that demands real reach, precision hits at distance, and the ability to keep running when things get dirty and hot, urban overwatch, rural long-range patrol, interdiction, or even precision hog hunting from a helicopter, would you choose the HK MR762? Or would you go lighter with a modern AR-10 build, more modular with a SCAR 17, or stick with something classic like a heavily upgraded M1A? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments. Tell us your setup, your experiences, or why you'd pick or pass on the MR762. HK fans versus the too heavy, too expensive crowd. I know this one is going to get very spicy. If you love in-depth, no-hype breakdowns of premium battle rifles with real specs, real shooting data, and zero fluff, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. More serious iron, piston guns, DMRs, and historical battle rifles is coming your way. The MR762 isn't for everyone, but for those who refuse to accept compromises when it counts, it might just be the last .308 battle rifle you'll ever need. Look at this rifle. It doesn't whisper, it doesn't compromise. It stands there like a German engineering statement, heavy, overbuilt, arrogant in its precision, and quietly confident that it will outlast and outperform almost anything else on the range or in the field. This isn't another generic AR-10 clone churned out in a factory. This is HK's civilian bridge to one of the most respected battle rifles of the modern era, the direct semi-automatic sibling of the legendary HK417. Gentlemen, meet the HK MR762, a weapon born from the brutal lessons of the global war on terror, refined through elite special operations feedback, and brought to the civilian world with almost none of the usual trade-offs. Today, we're going extremely deep. We're dissecting every layer of this piston-driven 308 powerhouse, its DNA, its engineering secrets, its real-world performance, its strengths, its honest weaknesses, and why it still commands such respect and such a premium price more than a decade after its debut. Let's start at the beginning. The story of the HK MR762 begins in the early 2000s with the development of the HK416. American Special Operations units were frustrated with the direct impingement AR-15 platform in the dust, sand, and extreme heat of Iraq and Afghanistan. Fouling, overheating, reliability issues under sustained fire, the complaints were loud. HK listened and delivered a short-stroke gas piston system that kept hot gas and carbon out of the receiver. The HK416 became a legend almost overnight. HK didn't stop there. They scaled that proven DNA up to the more powerful 7.62 by 51 NATO cartridge and created the HK417, a select-fire battle rifle designed to fill the gap between standard assault rifles and dedicated sniper systems. The HK417 offered the handling and modularity of a modern carbine with the reach, penetration, and terminal ballistics of a full-power rifle. It quickly found homes with designated marksmen in multiple countries, including Germany's G-28 program, and influences on the U.S. military's M110 A1 compact semi-automatic sniper system and squad-designated marksman rifle programs. Then came the civilian version. In 2009, HK introduced the MR762, known as MR308 Europe, to the American market. It was the semi-automatic only counterpart to the HK417, built with the same obsessive German standards, but adapted for civilian ownership. Over the years, it evolved. The MR762 A1 brought refinements, and the latest MR762 A4 pushes the platform even further with a slimmer M-lock handguard, lighter overall profile in some configurations, fully ambidextrous controls, improved ergonomics, and a factory accuracy guarantee of 1 MOA or better with match ammunition.